Okay. It's I keep getting this point brought up, and I think it has to do, and I have to address it again, as people that have just buying the X-T2 that never owned a Fuji before, so not even familiar with this fact, which is also the same on the X-T1, is that people are, I wouldn't say complaining, but they're talking about, well, if you want to do something, you need to hit the menu button and scroll through all the functions. Don't need to do any of that. I made a training video the other day. You could either watch that or you could learn this point yourself, is that you can actually hold down the display back button and then set your primary importance buttons on the Fuji X-T2 to, you have 8 different selections. You have a front button, then you have the function button at the top. You can also reprogram your auto exposure lock button, your autofocus lock button. That's 4 buttons, and the additional 4 are the 4 around the menu OK button. That's plenty enough. That's 8 programmable buttons for the stuff that you're one that be changing all the time. I strongly suggest that you certainly reprogram those, and at least a few of them to, like one of them being the AFC custom settings, so you can change the type of moving object. The other one being the mode button that lets you choose between single point and zone autofocusing. Another one that lets you choose between the area. However, you can do that with a joystick on the back of the camera so far as moving the focus points for changing where it's at, but not the area. So the joystick itself is not going to let you do that. So those are three very important places that you need to, three very important things that you should assign externally to your camera. If you listen when I say, if you're going to go out in a shoot, you'll never have to go into your menu button. I've already actually told you that by holding down the trash icon, you shouldn't be doing this when you're out shooting anyway, holding down your trash icon for 3 seconds and then pressing in the rear command dial, that takes you to quick formatting to let you format your 2 cards. But additionally assign, using those 8 buttons, your primary things that you're always going to be changing, and 8's more than enough. But if 8 is not enough, what you could do is go into your custom settings menu, and there's a Q button here on the back, and using the Q button you can then assign all the secondary important thing. Like I have mechanical shutter here. I can rotate my rear command dial to choose between mechanical shutter and electronic shutter, and white balance and focus peaking and self timer, flash compensation, film simulation. I can do all of that stuff right there. So if you correctly reprogram the 8 external buttons and set the secondary import, you won't, when you're out shooting, you won't have to go into your menus at all. Let me repeat that. There have been a lot of people complain about this, and they may not really complain. They're like, if I want to change something, to go to my menu and scroll down and do this. No, you don't have to do that. You have to take whatever it is you think you're going to be messing with when you're out shooting and program it to either an external button or to a sub-function under the Q button for quick menu. No more scrolling through them. I'm going to hit the menu button, go over here, go down, go left, go right. No, all that'll be gone, okay? So please heed that very, very important advice, and that will make you happy, 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 okay? Won't be any more going in. It's like, I'm just going to hit a button. Then it's going to bring up that function. I'll adjust it, then I'll be done. That's really good. So a lot of people think, well, the Fuji X-T2 is so retro. You got to go up here and you got to adjust all this stuff. Like your ISO. Yeah, right. Okay. You have to adjust your ISO via the dial. You can actually use your rear command dial if you're on a shutter speed setting and scroll forwards or backwards to move the shutter speed one direction or the other. So you don't actually have to sit up here all the time and mess with your shutter speed. So. Now, you do have to use the sub wheel underneath the shutter speed to actually set your metering, so that definitely does have to be done manually. But, a lot of people are incorrectly saying, well, the Fuji's so retro, you got all these big dials up here you got to adjust. It's like, not really, no. A couple things you do have to do that, like ISO and metering, but no. So, no. Yes, but mostly no. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. Okay, bye.